Honorable Men Discord. Actor Alfonso Ribeiro talks load management and how it destroyed the NBA. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm going to go straight to this. I only have one video queued up. Excuse the delay with the audio. For some reason, this video is delayed. But I think it's a message about what I believe is the decline of basketball. I've always felt this way. He's going to speak on it. For those of you that don't know who Alfonso is, he's better known for his role on the TV sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, along with Will Smith. All right, so I'm going to go straight to this video, and I'm going to share my thoughts on this. So let's get to it.
And is literally the destructor of the NBA. This is when it all went wrong, for me. Then it became LeBron. When he made the decision,
not one, not two, not three.
we talking about the first one. That decision ruined basketball. Because now the idea of you building your franchise, your first franchise, taking it to the pinnacle became, now we're just trying to chase Jordan for rings. And him leaving Cleveland and going to Miami, chasing the ring, changed the way the young cats believe in their position in basketball, right? When you, and don't get me wrong, I believe that the players should be empowered. Mm-hmm. I believe that they should have that ability to change the game. They are the face. They're the ones doing it. And the Pat Rileys of the world in Miami, not with the Lakers, like some of those things needed to change. And we're happy about that change. I am. But it also has gotten worse because it's about them and not the team, right? It's become convoluted. What is it? Who is it, right? Is it, so love LeBron James, but LeBron James is about LeBron James. Mm-hmm. And I don't have a problem with that, right? KD is about KD, and I don't have a problem with that, right? Steph is about Steph. I don't have a problem with that. But when you see the ticket prices go from this number to that number, and people are paying for it, and now you're load management. Load management is literally the destructor of the NBA. Management is literal.
All right, so load management. I know he went off and spoke about LeBron James, and pardon the banging from my neighbor upstairs, but load management is something that I just absolutely detest. And I'm a LeBron fan. I'm a LeBron James fan, but there's things about what he's done as a pioneer or as an older statesman of the NBA. I shouldn't say pioneer, older statesman who sets an example, sets the tone of what the younger generation, much like Alfonso said, he sets the tone of what the younger generation looks to accomplish through LeBron's actions. If LeBron is setting the tone with doing certain things, it's just gonna carry on with the next generation because they're gonna look at it like, oh, LeBron does that, so I'm a superstar too, so I'm gonna take some time off. What I don't like about load management is I understand the athletes are looking at it as though they're not gonna destroy their body, but at the same time, it's unfair for the fans who pay astronomical prices at times to go sit down and watch the game. And if you're a fan of a particular player, it would suck to buy tickets in advance and just know that it's a gamble whether or not that person is going to be playing. And then you have some players that are using that whole load management and they're fine. They just don't want to play that day. And I don't, forgive me if it sounds as though I'm advocating for some type of I don't want to compare it to slavery because that would be shameful. But I don't want to promote the NBA as a dictatorship where you have to play, you have to play. It's your job. You're getting paid millions. But there's quite a few people that I think would agree that when you're getting paid that amount of money, the least you can do is show up night after night. I mean, there's been players before LeBron James that have done it. And this is not just about LeBron James. There's other players that take advantage or utilize, I should say, not take advantage. They utilize load management. But load management, again, is unfortunate. It's unfair to the fans. And you might say, well, the fans are not the ones on the court. But again, the generations before the current NBA, we're talking about in the 90s, early 2000s, they just played. There was no load management. Load management would be at the end of the season if you didn't make it to the playoffs. That's load management. That's when you get your rest. That's when you get to, check in with the doctors and have your surgery, so on and so forth. But now it's just like you don't know what to expect. And I would hate to purchase tickets, especially if you're the type of person that's such a fan that you want to travel to the state that your team is located at. And could you imagine booking a hotel, booking a flight? You get there to watch the game, and then you find out that the person that you wanted to see is not playing because of load management. I'm just not with it. And is LeBron to blame for it? I'm going to have to put the onus on LeBron. He's the face of the NBA, regardless if he's up in age. He's the face of the NBA, and he's done a lot of things, including what's been going on now with no one knowing which team he's going to go to. Now, at the time of this recording, he did not choose a team, so I don't know what team he's on now. I don't know if he chose a team by the time I air this, but even that is just ridiculous. It's like, just pick a team. You're pretty much on your last season, and it's still a spectacle. This is to me worse of a spectacle than when he went to Miami, when he took his talents to Miami. Or I should say, this is even more of a spectacle. Excuse me. This is even more of a spectacle than when he chose to go to Miami. Again, I'm a LeBron fan, and I completely understand why some people detest some of the things that he does. And not to go off the topic of load management, but again, with him taking this long to choose a team, it's ridiculous. All right. That's another thing that other players may opt to do, because LeBron is showing the players that you can do this and get away with it. Although that might not be true, because LeBron, again, all of the accomplishments that he's done throughout his career, he's somewhat of an exception of a rule, but he's abusing it to the point where he's blatantly showing the other players that, listen, look what I can get away with. I don't know if another player can get away with what LeBron is doing right now. Maybe Curry can do it. I don't know any other player outside of Curry that could pull off something like this. And we're talking about maybe Wemby. Wemby can pull off something like this, taking his time to pick a team. And he's fairly new in the league, and I think he's the only one that can pull off something like that, aside from like a Curry or LeBron. But the point is I agree, it's bad for business, it's bad for basketball. What's your thoughts on it? Do you think it's bad for basketball, or you think the players should have a right to sit down because of practices and sometimes they play in tournaments to stay in shape and things of that nature? Do you think it's fair for the players, or do you think it's unfair as a whole for the fans that are purchasing these tickets? But listen, that's all I have on this. What's your thoughts on it? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.